Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on how to give your content a second life with video, how to fuel your content engine. This is the agenda for today. I want to talk a lot, of course, about why marketers, social media managers, distributors, all of us, we don't need new content. We don't need as much new content as we think. What we need is more distribution. And I'll talk about why. Something that we at least call the 90-10 rule. I'll tell you what that means in a while, and how you can use it. That's what we do. Of course, a framework on how you can fuel your content engine. We will, after I've talked for God knows how long. No, I'll try to keep it short and short and sweet. But we're gonna, of course, head over into Storykit and we'll create some videos. You'll see how we do it and how you can do it. And I'll make sure that there's a time for a Q&A. I've scheduled this for 45 minutes. I will do my very best to keep it within 45 minutes. Of course, I know that you have busy schedules. This is your valuable time I'm taking. You want to head over to lunch, of course. But if there's question, share them at any time. I can answer in between or at the end. And of course, I want to introduce myself so you know who's talking to you through this screen. My name is Heidi Bodal. I work as a community manager here at Storykit, meaning I handle the distribution of content in our owned media channels. So on social media, in newsletters, doing these kind of things, digital events, just community building activities. My one main goal is to inspire you and share what I do and learn from you and just give you the sense that, yeah, we're in the same boat and we have the same, as marketers, the same struggles, the same challenges. So that's me. I've been working at Storykit for 2.5 years. I used to do linguistics before, but I understood that I want to write the words, not as much analyze them. And before we dive in to the content engine, I would love to invite you to our Facebook community, Video for Social Media. You will get a weekly dose of inspiration on video for social media, obviously, some how-tos, best practices in Storykit, and just share a place with you where you can go to ask questions and get inspiration and knowledge. So feel free, very welcome to join. We're 3,600 members now. And yeah, we're a group of people here at Storykit just firing out stuff for you. So why are we here today? Well, the main focus is that you, all of you joining, have so much content already. You've written blog posts, you've written newsletters, your press releases going out, you summarize your year in long reports, you record podcasts, webinars, you do job descriptions, the list goes on. You have so much. But a lot of it, not all, but a lot of it is not being used. Because marketers, we have a tendency to oversee all of the great stuff that we already have, all of the time and effort that we've spent creating the longer pieces of content, they often get overseen because we're always searching for new shiny things. And I used to do that I was every day just trying to grab ideas from space. But we decided to go another way. And content not being used, that's what we're here to change. But first, I want to talk about the undeniable impact of consistency. I want to talk distribution in terms of volume. We got this quote to back me up from Braden Cohen. He at least previously used to be manager of social media marketing at Hootsuite. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a word I often read but never say out loud. A huge platform for social media, I think like publishing and planning tool. He says that daily posting daily will grow followers 4 times faster than posting less than once a week. And this makes sense, of course. More posting means more visibility. More distribution equals more reach. And you all know this, but there's obviously been like a huge shift in the digital world. Marketing for a long time was spending months, weeks and months of planning these huge campaigns. And you spend a lot of time on distributing it. So you would plan a big commercial for linear TV. You would record a radio commercial snippet, and you would launch this big campaigns that would take forever to plan and produce. And the risk that meant that the biggest risk a marketer could take was, of course, being wrong, because once it was live, you couldn't go back and change anything. It was already aired on TV. It was already out there in the digital spheres. But today, we have to be everywhere all the time, because you can't reach your complete target audience in just one single channel anymore. So the risk that we're taking now is not being like wrong or messing up one piece of content. It's risking to not doing enough. So there's a big value in volume in itself, because distribution and I'd say quality is they're so closely linked. Because if I publish something that's bad on LinkedIn, that it's not good enough, or I'm wrong, that post is only going to go to the graveyard of LinkedIn posts that's not good enough. It's not going to get any reach. But if I post something that's really good, it will get a ton of distribution for free, because it's going to reach more people. It's going to be out there. It's going to grow my following. It's going to increase my reach. So I say all the time, post a lot, because the only way that you're going to know if something resonates with your audience, if you reach them enough, is just by trying. And if it doesn't work out, you take those learnings and you do new stuff. So post frequently. There's an undeniable impact of consistency. And that brings me to the 90-10 rule. So at Storykit, what we do, we have we say that everyone at Storykit is a marketer, because we have the distribution tool that we need. But when I publish content that was most of the time, or 90% of the time, created by our content manager, what I publish is more or less always repurposed from those sources of blog posts and the case studies that are written and the interviews that we do and the webinars that we host. And then the remaining 10 of our social media posts, they come from other sources of inspiration, but probably even less. I do one post that I do a lot is the employee highlights. And that's kind of the only thing that I do that I start from scratch with. Not really though, because I have a template and I always use the same format. But the 90-10 rule that I'm always reusing what we already have, that allows us to post daily across 4 channels. We do LinkedIn as our main channel, I'd say, but we do Facebook and Instagram, sometimes Twitter, sometimes TikTok. So it allows me to publish a lot without it taking too much time. Time spent, the effort that we've spent on creating content, That's the longer pieces of content. And how do we do this? Well, it's obviously with video. It's easier than ever to give all of the great content that you already have a second life, a new life. Breathe a new life into it. Repurpose and distribute what we already have. And you know all this, obviously, because you're here. But I just want to really highlight the benefits of video. First of all, there's retention. Video captures attention in a completely different way than an image or a text post would do. We're still if you can embark on anyone's all senses, like the visuals and the sound and the emotion that something evokes, video is your best tool. And it still is, since all of the platforms became video first, it's still the most engaging content formats, according to social media consumers. And this particular statement comes from video marketing statistics of 2023 from WizOwl. And there's flexibility. It's a versatile medium because you can always, one text post is one text post, but you can turn one text post into several videos. Change your wording, change your background assets, change your narrative, your storytelling. And I like to just really emphasize this with a tweet. Now I guess we call it an X, not my ex though. Elon Musk. I guess he's familiar to you, but he tweeted back in May, and this probably still holds, that the more screen time a user spends looking at a post, whether it's text, a picture, or a video, the more it will be boosted. Because if I'm scrolling and I decide to stop somewhere, that means that I've spent more time on the platform. And of course, Elon and every other CEO of any other platform wants me to spend time on it. So video posted natively to this platform will be boosted more than an external link because it takes more time to watch a video than clicking on a link. And I just want to say that links are good, but videos are great. Because links are only clicked by the most dedicated people, the ones that really wants to know exactly what this link is all about. But asking someone to click on a link is asking for a lot because it can feel overwhelming and it's time consuming. And as Elon said, links will never be boosted by platforms. But videos, on the other hand, are consumed by more than the dedicated ones because it captures attention. That means more reach. What we then instead should do is turning the links, the content in the link, into snackable pieces for more distribution. That means more reach, and it's favored by the platforms. So videos are the best. So the question then is, how do you keep posting daily across 4 channels or more without burning out? We don't want that. Well, you build a content engine that you keep fueling with the 90-10 rule. So I'm gonna just go through these 5 steps so that you can create your own very sufficient content engine of your own. Creating this content engine in itself will take you 30 minutes maybe, if you have the right framework. And it will let you share multiple posts a day without breaking a sweat. Speaking of sweat, let's start. So step number 1, identify a content opportunity. You have so much stuff on your web page, on your web. It could be either a home page or the About Us page or your product, service, organization overview. I guess you have a lot of reports. Sometimes you do a case study on a satisfied customer or member of your NGO. I'm guessing you're writing a lot of press releases and articles, blog posts, etc. So choose one, a focal point. For me, that's going to be an article. because Maddie, our content manager, she is the most productive human being I've ever met. She just produces the ton of articles every day. But the harsh truth is that not very few, but few people are actually just going to go to storykit.io and check out, oh, is there a new blog post? No. So it's our job to get it out there. Then I want you to think about your goals. And this doesn't have to be, oh, I want to increase our sales tomorrow, or our business objective is this. No, it's just think about your one goal for your one video, because that's going to make the video a lot better. Do you want to create a a short punchier video just to drive traffic, to give people some kind of a teaser of what the article is about? Or do you want to keep people on the platform and educate them in feed? This is going to determine not only the length of your video, but a lot about how you structure it and the storytelling that you're going to use. Because we recognize that, as I said, not a lot of people are just going to go through, click through a link in comments or in feed. So I'm trying to bring them some insights on a 45-second long video, so that they can see it. They'll stop, they'll go, oh, Storykit, they know a lot about X. And they might not even engage with it at the time, but eventually they'll have enough like marketing touch points so that one day a colleague of theirs is gonna ask, I wish there was a video tool that will let you create a bunch of videos without editing skills. And maybe that person that saw 5 videos but never liked or commented anything, they'll be like, I know one, that's Storykit. Or as I of course want to drive traffic as well, because there's so much knowledge in specific articles. So we do both. Then in this longer piece of content, in your content opportunity, we identify elements to repurpose. So this blog post takes 4 minutes to read, but how can we split it up in different ways to get specific points across and make things clearer and tease people with it? So I went to the one of our latest articles, the article that this webinar actually is built on. It's called How to Fuel Your Content Engine, Give Your Content Second Life. And I identified 7 elements. And I just want to share here how I did that. So more or less, there's a table of content here, but also you can see that there's a bunch of sub-headlines. And I identify every sub-headline as a video opportunity. Here's also a list with the 5 steps. That could either be one video with 5 steps, or it's actually 5 videos. Because I mean, we're overwhelmed with messages these days. We want to scroll. We want to see a single thing. Marketers sit on a pile of jobs. So sometimes I just go and say, if you want to do one thing today, do this number 2 in the list. Think about your goals. So there are a bunch of elements here to be distributed, because it all comes down to consistency and posting a lot. So these were the elements that I found. If you go later on and check out our article, you can see the videos that I made from these elements. And not everything has to be perfect. Volume sometimes, often, trump quality. Volume is more important than the quality of each single item that you put out there. You're not going to do bad stuff. I know that you never will, but it has value in itself. Step number 4 is to create the videos. It's the fun part of it. If you feel like, okay, so now I have to go check out our latest blog article and have to create 7 videos, don't get overwhelmed, because I'll show you how easy this is to do in Storykit AI. Step number 5 is to distribute. Share away. If you do 5 elements from one article, That's content for 2 weeks if you want to share every other day. You can take your 5 elements and turn them into 2 videos each. That's content for 2 weeks. So, and it takes 30 minutes, hopefully. Eventually it will, at least. And then, of course, think about what's the best channel for each video, where your audience is at. Perhaps you want to change the wording depending on if you're on LinkedIn or if you're on Instagram. You know this. So I just want to show you some example videos, how I think about them. I don't know if you can hear the sound. If so, I'm going to be quiet. Might as well have some water. Now there's a lot of sound, but you get the idea. I'm hearing so many songs right now. Sorry. So, as you can see, these are 3 different videos with different goals. We do a little bit of everything that lets us publish a lot. So with the first one, I've taken the article, but I'm promoting our product. On the second one, I'm promoting the actual article. So I'll post a link to the article in the comments. And the third one is to just educate and feed, gives people some inspiration, and then they can move on with their scrolling days. So let's head into the tool. I'm actually on, what's it called? Time here. Doesn't happen very occasionally. For a second, I'll stop sharing. Hello. And I will go and head into the tool. Here we are. Hope you can see it again. So this is Storykit. For those of you who might be new to the tool, the platform, this is my client, calling it marketing because that's the department I'm at. And I'll go to just choose a folder. These are the videos that I made this morning. Here are the videos that I created for this webinar, the elements that but I'm going to show you just what I do. So this is the article that I was talking about. Hope you can still see it, even though I switch tabs. So here's a sub-headline. This is a great topic for us to share. It has to do with the undeniable impact of consistent posting. I'll copy that. I'll click new video. I'll name it consistency, just for my sake, so that I have some kind of idea. If I want to share it with the colleague, I'll know where to go. I will let these by default be clicked. If I haven't imported an asset library to the specific project, it's going to go to our stock library and pick some for me based on the script. And they will also choose a song in the music library for me. But this all looks good. We also have a bunch of templates for you to use. And of course, I'm in Storykit, the client now, but if you're in your own, they will have your branding. New script. I'm in the AI now. So remember, I copied some text from the article. I'll just paste that in there. I have a little exclamation point here. Is because the text is pretty short, obviously. You can take the whole article, copy paste that, or you can actually just paste your URL. But we're talking elements here, so I'm going to paste that in. And then I'll choose my creator depending on the input text that I'm giving it. And then I'll choose a creator depending on what output video I want to choose. So this is obviously like our evergreen blog. I can go for a summary or a question. I can do a teaser. So this is also depending on what CTA I'm going to use. So let's do an in-feed educational piece. I will go for the summary. Why not? I'll click create script. When I do this on my own, it of course goes a lot faster. When I'm screen sharing, it takes a bit more time. I can do a question in between. Oh, someone asks, an anonymous, what does the creator do? That's a good question. But the creator is an AI video format. So they're called creators, but they're the ones, they do the prompts more or less, if you're familiar with ChatGPT and the other AI services that we have. So the creator is a format that lets the Storykit AI know how to craft your text. And there's a video of this in the creator gallery if you want to check that out. The thing that or the thing that sets the Storykit AI apart from the ChatGPT and others is that the Storykit AI will never leave your text and go online to search for more information. It will give you a script always based on the input text that you're giving it. So a creator is the prompts. It tells the Storykit AI what to do. Okay, so this was about the undeniable impact of consistency. And well, I have a text. It's giving me assets. I think they look pretty good. I like choosing very generic assets just to more or less have something in the background moving, something that's nice to lean your eyes on. Okay, I think this all looks good. I know the slide types by hand more or less, since I do 10 videos a day. But if you click on the slide type that it has chosen, I can, maybe I think that, well, the border one, I've used that kind of a lot, so I'm gonna go with the focus pull large, because that's one of my favorites. If I think that there's a bit too much here, maybe this part, I might as well leave that out. I can just take it away. I feel like this asset is a bit too, I don't know, maybe I think it's boring today. I can choose this one that I have in my presentation. I can go and view my storyboard. And this is what my video is going to look like. I think it looks good. So I'll click create storyboard. Here we go. So sometimes I think that, well, this video looks great. This is exactly what I want to share. Or I'll go and I think, well, maybe that border underneath the headline is a bit too dark, so I'll change that to white. Look at that. Or I can go and I can choose any other type of slide that I want. So this is, you can also consider this as a draft or an outline for a video. So you never have to reinvent the wheel. You never have to start from scratch, which is great. Prompter looks good, but I'm gonna do, you never know what happens when you're doing stuff live, so I'll copy that just to be safe. What if I do fade text? I just think that looks good. I want it in medium. Nice. It looks good. Settings, it's chosen a song for me. AI Connect, I'm sure that's perfect. And we'll create the video. And while we're doing that, we might as well start with the second one. Why not I'll open a new tab just for the ease of it. back to marketing, choose a new video. This time I'm gonna go for what is a content engine. Copy. What is a content engine? Write script, autofill assets, yes please. Ain't nobody got time for that, you know what I mean? Paste. Let's see. Let's have another one. Let's do a teaser this time so that our CTA will instead be like, click to learn more. I think I'm gonna use using the headline. So this is actually going to just grab the headline, what is a content engine, and use that to craft my video. Create script. And we'll see how it goes. So very short and punchy. A content engine is a strategic approach for content creation because it ensures. Okay, cool. I think this, I don't want the same asset in every one. I'll dig in and I will do, I like this coffee cup. This guy. View storyboard, short and punchy. I think I want to do a different CTA. I like a bit smaller fonts. That's totally up to you. View storyboard. Amazing. Oh, error. That's what happens when we're live. Okay. Cool. What? Sorry. What if I do a highlight on this one, just to really emphasize the words content engine? Well, I will go content engine is word number 2 and no, 2 to 3, content engine. I will do that in a different color. Oh, cool. And I'll generate it, create it. And we'll see this one is done. So this is a bit longer because this is supposed to be educational in feed. It's 50 seconds long. If you're hearing this song, it's up. I can tell you it's banger. So it uses the quote. I will send all of these out later so you can watch them on demand. Cool. Then I want to do a third thing because there is still some time. Very good. Thank you for giving me a video in just a couple of minutes. I will actually do one from a template that I've created. Once upon a time, I started with a blank storyboard. I crafted the whole video myself, but I've done that once, so I don't want to do it again. And this time we're going to do 5 steps. I can also choose a different format. Maybe I want to do this for Facebook. They love the 4:5 format because it's their own that they created. I can do it for YouTube in a landscape, or maybe I want to post it on TikTok, or if you can tell from your audience analytics on LinkedIn that people use mobile, I can do it for mobile first. So 9:16 is a great format because it takes up a lot of the screen space. And then I'm going to click skip to storyboard and I will choose from template. And these are all of the templates that we once created. I got a couple of listicle ones, one that's using simple slide, one that's using side number, but I'm going to go for listicle dynamic list. So once I did a video called 5 things to consider in your storytelling. But now I already have the outline of or the format, the listicle format, or the editorial storytelling format. So now I can just go and I copy paste all of this stuff that someone's already written, which is great. So 5 steps to create a content engine. I already have the 5, and I will instead do paste that. Now I got my headline. Then I go to step number 1, identify a content opportunity. I'll put that in the subheadline, and then I can do what the step is all about in this list text. If I have, I hope you can see that there's a small arrow next to the word dive. I can also change that bullet type. Maybe I want a little heart. It gives me a green little heart. I can also change the bullet color. Maybe I want to do a red heart. That's our theme color for you, but you can of course choose. And then I just keep doing this. Number 2 is think about what you want to achieve. Think about your goals. Copy paste. So video, as we see it, is not about replacing your content. It's about distributing it and putting it in front of more people, giving it the attention it deserves. So there's a difference between video and video, because video can be the heavy stuff that you created with Premiere Pro and the stuff that you have to outsource to an agency, the bigger campaigns that you still sometimes want to do. This is a tool for you as a social media person or a marketer to just get stuff out there, because in today's world we have to be so reactive to everything. If you've created a piece of marketing, you can't get it out there in like the stuff that we write today might not even be that relevant some of the time in 2 or 3 weeks. We need to get it out there today. So if you've written a long article about your sustainability, or if something you've written a press release on something that's happening within your organization, you need to find ways to distribute that like the same afternoon, not in 2 weeks, because by then it won't be relevant anymore. So it's just a tool for you to really work smarter, not harder. It's a cliche, but that's really what we're trying to do here. So I guess you get the picture of what I'm trying to do here. I'll just keep copy pasting until I have my educational piece of content to be consumed in feed, so that when I'm scrolling, I stop, I see something nice, and then I scroll on. And it's hard to work with organic social, because it feels like you're just getting so much stuff out there, but people aren't really always engaging with it. But within time, you'll see that posting a lot, sharing what you know, it will reach more people. Because if you used to do 3 campaigns a year, you can't say now that, well, next year we're going to be on Instagram 3 times, unfortunately. But yeah, give your content, give all of the stuff that you've poured your heart and soul and time into, and breathe new air into it. So maybe I'll do a listicle of these 5 for today. And then once that's published, I'm going to go in and do just one video about how to identify a content opportunity. And then after that, I'll do one about the goals that you want to achieve. And then I'll do one about how no brand has ever grown on social media by posting every once in a while. Yes. And don't be afraid to say the same things many times. Because by the time that you're starting to get really tired of what you're talking about, that's when it's going to start to stick with other people. So repeat yourself, do everything 1,000 times, learn from what doesn't work, and keep iterating, keep doing what you're already doing. And I make it sound like this is what I do every day. I mean, it's a struggle, it's a challenge out there, but we can do it. Okay, so we've created 3 videos now. So I'm actually gonna see if there are any questions. And I made it within 45 minutes. So I'm very pleased. It also has to do with like bringing your content production in-house, taking control over your messaging, making sure that you're always on brand. Because if we have a production system where every piece of content, where every item has to be revised and looked at by someone and approved, that's impossible to scale. It's impossible to fire out content the way that we need to these days. So take it in-house, give yourself and your colleagues a framework on how to use what you have. Question from someone else. Can you simply paste a video podcast into the AI script, or does it need the transcript? A very good question. Thank you for asking, Anonymous. So right now, today, we're still working on it. I'm going to share my screen again so that you can see. You can upload snippets of audio. I think right now the time limit is 7 minutes. But if you have a snippet of a podcast that's about maybe 3 minutes, it's absolutely okay. I do this sometimes when I have an interview recorded. So I go here and I click transcribe audio. The library is empty. I know that. Upload video. Where can that be? I did a snippet the other day. I'm gonna search for it. Here we go. Interview audio. Oh. We'll see how long this one is. Maybe this is the long one and that's not gonna work. But I can shove it in, upload it in the library, and I'll get the transcript, and then I can start making video from the quotes. So that's, and yes, we are, this is still in like a beta process. So eventually I hope that we can just take a recording with the 45 minutes and you'll get the transcript from it. Thank you for your question. Kina asks, is it possible for us all to create that amazing little heart? Yes, it is. It's in your bullet list. So you can choose a heart or a little star or a diamond or an arrow or numbers descending, or what's the opposite of descending. I'm going to leave that for next webinar. But yes, go ahead and you can choose your colors. If you want it pink and that's not in your theme colors, you can just custom paste in an HGB, is that called, what's it called? Hex code. Anonymous attendee says, I think we pushed it to 15 minutes now. Yes. If I make video and I'm not doing a webinar or rambling away at the same time, it takes me less than 15 minutes to create 3 videos. But we're, Anonymous also says, but we're working on stuff for this use case. Great. Peter asks, can you include a screen share video in the main video? Yes, you can. Oh, sorry. It was Durkee that wrote the use case thing, talking about how long audio limit is. Yes, so we're working on that. It's we're always developing. So eventually, hopefully, we can use it. Peter, back to you. Sorry. Can you include a screen share video in the main video? Definitely. I have time with you guys, so I would love to stay, or I will stay. So let's go back to this one. So here's where I choose my main asset, what's playing in the background. I've imported from our stock libraries. I have uploaded videos from what I've recorded with my iPhone of our employees. I can do that. Or I can upload one myself. Click here. I have here's a screen recording. Open, upload that. Here's a screen recording. I'll add that to that slide, but I could have text over it, but I don't want that. So I'm just going to choose the player slide, because that is a slide type that only like, oh, nay, I was on the wrong slide. I'll do it here then. Where'd you go? Here. So this will only like show the asset background. In this case, a screen recording, and my screen recording might be 8 seconds. So I can go to slide duration. It's set as by default 3 seconds. But if my screen recording is 8 seconds, I'll just change that. So you can have it, you can do a Storykit video only from a screen recording, or have it as an asset in the background somewhere else. Thank you so much. I'll see you around. Let me know if there's questions. Connect with me on LinkedIn, follow Storykit, all of that, you have to say as a marketer. Okay, thanks guys.